Welcome to the Franklin Crocker Show. My name is Franklin Crocker. Today we're going to be discussing the road to the sale in the automotive industry, the way I see it fit. Okay. So I've been in the industry for about 15 years as a general sales manager, internet manager, sales manager, a million different things. One of the things I love doing in the industry is love dealing with people, love talking to people, love mentoring, coaching, and training my sales staff. Everybody has different ways of thinking. Everybody has different ways of learning. So one of the things I try to do is make sure that I could teach, train, coach, assist, mentor in any way that you can actually find fit, that you actually absorb it. So the reason for this training today is to sit down and help discuss some of the steps to the sale to make it a little bit more easier for you to obviously sell more cars. This is a very lucrative industry. A lot of money could be made. So whether you're in the industry for 37 days, 37 years, or you're looking to get into the industry, this video could definitely help you to make more money, to actually be more proficient in what you do on a day-to-day basis, and get you to just start thinking just a little bit differently. I've been one to think a little differently and think outside the box. And it has helped me out through my career. To not be the same. Obviously, there is a foundation, there is a history of how people have done things for a very long time, and you don't have to you don't have to recreate the wheel. But what you want to do is, as time progresses, as technology gets better and more advanced, you want to be able to tweak a little bit to your favor and to obviously the consumer's favor at the end of the day. We have to realize that consumers have a high expectation. Now that we have social media, now that we have all these other tools that customers could rate you on without even buying a vehicle from you, it's very, very important. You have to keep that in mind, because if you don't, you're going to lose. This is a game, and this is a very tough game if you make it tough. It can be a very easy game, though. But again, you have to realize these consumers nowadays, their expectations, because of the reviews they're allowed to see now, because of the social media they can hear from their fellow coworkers or referrals from friends online. They can see all these things. They can see reviews from complete strangers. It makes the industry a little bit more tougher, and definitely makes it more transparent, which is not a bad thing. Transparency is a phenomenal thing. So again, you want to give your consumer, you want to give your customer that walks through the door a very transparent feel and energy, because now everybody's looking for the best. Everybody's looking for their expectations not to be just, met, to be exceeded. So you have to figure out some ways how to exceed their expectation. You have to figure out ways how to go above and beyond what they're thinking that you're going to do. You have to almost fool them in a sense. Sometimes they may think you're going to go this way. You have to actually go the other way. And by doing so, you change their perception of the automobile industry. You change the perception of them buying vehicles. You have to realize every dealership has now a dealer rater page, or has Google reviews, or has Yelp reviews, or has all these other reviews you can review them on, and you can see the reviews for. And consumers are actually watching that before they walk in the dealership. So if you have some negative responses there, which you're going to have some, that's normal. You're not going to please everybody. But if you do have some negative responses there, you want to make sure that whatever is there is negative, is you want to make sure when that customer walks through the door that you show them the total opposite. Show them that, okay, that might have been an isolated incident, but that's not the normal. And when customers start assuming that the norm is negative, then it makes your job much easier. So you have to show them something totally different. So without further ado, we're going to get into the first part of the road to the sale, which is the meet and greet. Now, the meet and greet is a very, very crucial, very important part of the road to the sale. The meet and greet sometimes doesn't start with you. It starts with somebody else that's very important, that you may not see really that important, and that's the receptionist. The receptionist is the forefront, or the first person that the consumer either hears or sees, whether they're answering the phone or whether they're walking through your door. So that receptionist plays a huge part in the energy that's transferred to the customer. Now, the more positive the receptionist is, the more energetic they are, the more willing they are to go above and beyond their job description, the better it is for you as to try to sell the vehicle. because that receptionist is going to give that customer some energy, or they're going to take away energy depending on how they are or who they are. So you want to always have the receptionist greet with a very, very firm handshake. You want to ask the receptionist to welcome the customer if they haven't been there before. If they have been there before, welcome them back. Quick story. I went to a place, burger place here in the New York City area called Shake Shack. Very great place. I love hamburgers. Great things about the burgers. I mean, it's just great sauce. The Shack sauce, amazing place. I'm not gonna get into about burgers. I'm getting hungry right now. It's lunchtime. But when I went in there for the first time, they asked me, "Have I ever been here before?" And I said, "No." They said, "Well, welcome." It's okay. It's a burger joint. I went to other burger places before, and they never welcomed me. I said, "Okay." Ate the burger. Burger was amazing. So you know what? I like the burger. I like the atmosphere. Go back again. See if they're gonna ask me that question again. See if I'm gonna change my answer. Even obviously I've been there before, but I want to see what they're gonna say this time. So walk through the door. Welcome to Shake Shack. Have you ever been here before? Yes, I have. Welcome back. Whoa, guys, girls, it's a burger place. I don't expect anything else but my burger and my Shack sauce on my burger with all my toppings and my nice fries and my lemonade that I always get. That's what I expect. Anything less than that is not meeting my expectations. Anything more than that is exceeding my expectations. The quick welcome and the welcome back exceeded my expectations because I wasn't expecting that from a burger place. So the same thing when a customer walks through your door, you have to give them something that they're not used to. If you're traditionally doing something one way, try to find another way to do it. We're all consumers. We all buy things, whether it's houses, TVs, telephones, whatever it is you buy. Look at what other people do in industries not in yours and see how they made you feel when you purchased that product from them. So you can take different pieces from different places and make it your own. That's great to do that. Because again, like I told I like to let my sales staff know my job is not to make you me. My job is to make you a better you. And my job right now today is to make you think outside the box, to make you think differently than what you normally think on a day-to-day basis. Because some of you may be out there struggling saying, I can't sell cars. I may just, quit this industry. This is very tough. It could be tough if you don't have the right tools to make it easier. And some of you guys may say, no, I'm just looking to make more money and I just want to sell more cars. This training again can help you do that. But you have to think differently. You have to think outside the box. So again, when that receptionist thinks outside the box, when you think outside the box, when you greet that customer with a nice firm handshake and you give them something that they're not used to. Sometimes most dealerships have beverages or some kind of snacks. Okay. First thing you ask the customer is number one, welcome to ABC Motors. My name is Franklin. How may I assist you today? Well, Franklin, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. Great choice. We have a ton of those in stock right now, Mr. Customer. But before we get started, would you like any beverage? Would you like anything snack on? That is a great introduction because it's different, guys. It's totally different than what they're used to. Sometimes you want to sit the customer down and ask them that, but no, right in the introduction, you want to ask them that. You want to give that customer a different feeling than what they're used to. Also, if you have a husband, you have a wife, you have some children, always introduce yourself to the wife first. No matter what, the wife will make the decision. It does not make a difference. Happy wife, happy life. Introduce yourself to the wife first, because if you don't, you are doing yourself a disservice. The wife is the most important person in the buying process, guys and girls. Also, always acknowledge the children. If there are children involved, acknowledge the children. Make sure you greet the children. Get to know the children's names, because customers are looking for that bond. They're looking for that chemistry. People buy from people they like. Remember that. I don't care what you're selling. People buy from people they like. You could hate the product. You can hate the person. But again, if you hate the person and you love the product, I will go find another person to sell me the product that I'm looking for. So make sure that you sell yourself as the product. People buy from people they like. At the end of the day, it's a science. Selling is psychological, and people are looking for that bond. People are looking for that relationship to build in order to obviously feel comfortable in what they're going to purchase. So give them that. Give them everything that they're looking for. Exceed their expectations. Figure out other ways to exceed their expectations. Something that, again, is not traditional cars. It's not traditional being a sales consultant. It's being totally different, thinking outside the box. So again, you need to figure out ways that you can be definitely different from the next salesperson. When the customer leaves your store, if they leave not buying a vehicle, you want to make sure when that customer goes to the next store that they're not only just comparing the product, because most customers are going to go look at the exact same product again. At that point, the products are the same. They have to now compare the salesperson. And now you as the consultant or the salesperson, you want to make sure that when they compare me versus the other guy, I'm not going to lose. The one thing that you can't do is measure effort. Ray Lewis has a motivational message on, you can see it on YouTube, and it's in regards to effort. He said this one thing, which is a true statement. He said the one thing about himself was he wasn't the biggest guy, he wasn't the fastest guy, he wasn't the smartest guy, but he would never let the next man outwork him. And you have to have that same mentality. You have to have that same mentality about effort. You can't measure effort. You can measure a lot of things. I've never been the smartest guy in the world. I tell people all the time, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm far from the dumbest. I've never been the most attractive guy in the world. Never been the strongest guy in the world. At my store, I never pretty much was the top salesman. Every once in a while I was. But the one thing that you can never measure, that you can never take away from me, it was my effort. I tried to find a way when there was no way. When the customer kept telling me no, 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 I kept saying yes, yes, yes. I had the effort to get to the end results and make some money to get to the end results. Guys, anybody can be an order taker. Not everybody can be a consultant. Consultants know when to say yes and when to say no. When it doesn't favor you, you say no. Mr. Customer, you can't buy a $100,000 vehicle and pay $200 a month. No, it's not happening. It's okay to say no because you're a consultant. Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, let me show you what vehicles that do qualify in your payment range that you're looking for. And again, you can do that. You have nothing. Sometimes as consultants and salespeople, we get scared to tell people no. And the reason we're scared to tell them no, because we're scared we're going to lose the deal or lose the sale. But guys, you have nothing. You have nothing to lose. When something is not in your favor, when something, you do this on a day-to-day basis. Most consumers that walk through your door, most times they're leasing vehicles, so they do it every 2 years, they do it every 3 years, and they may do it every 5 years. You do this every day. You're the professional. You have to treat yourself as such, the professional and the product. You have to know what you're selling as well. So that meet and greet is very, very important. That sets the stage for the rest of the other 9 steps that we're going to be going through. But if you don't do the first one right, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to do the other ones. So again, meet and greet is very important. Make sure you sell yourself as the product. Make sure you greet with a nice firm handshake. And also, this is very important, and every organization will love for you to do this, which you don't want to. A lot of times you're either scared to ask a question. And the reason why you're scared to ask a question because you don't know how to answer. You know, the answer that you get, you don't know how to actually overcome the answer. But in the meet and greet stage, you should always ask the customer, right when you meet them, what brought you here to ABC Motors? It's a very simple question, but very powerful question. And the reason why it's powerful, and every organization that you work for would love for you to ask this question. They wouldn't have to use all this marketing money that they're spending right now. If you would just ask this simple question is, how did you hear about us? How would you hear about us? What that means to the organization is, I'm spending all this money. There's a phrase in the automobile industry. I know half of my money is working, my marketing money. I don't know which half. Is it this half or is it that half? By asking the consumer what brought them here today will open up a world of different opportunities for you. What I mean by that is they may say, I seen your TV commercial. Great. Which one was that, Mr. Customer? I seen them. And where did you see that? Was you watching a certain show? Yeah, I was watching a sports show. I was watching basketball, football. I was watching TNT, whatever it is. It helps the organization figure out if those advertising dollars that they're spending, hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars, those advertising dollars are actually working or not. If you can ask the consumer, Were they actually seeing your ad, or did they seen the TV? Okay, great. Which ad was it? Great. And what show are you watching? Phenomenal. I know my money, my marketing dollars are working. Now I can actually, guess what? I can put more marketing dollars into whatever I'm spending to try to get more of these customers. Phenomenal. We don't ask that question though. We have to start asking those questions. Also, it helps you if the customer's seeing your TV commercial and they've seen a payment of $5.99 a month with putting $0 down. Doesn't that help you now to guide you to what the customer's mindset is? They're looking for $5.99 a month. They're looking for $0 down. A lot of times, we all know in the industry, those ads have plus, 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 plus. Not a problem, but at least we have a starting point. We have the mindset of, we have their budget in their head of $5.99 a month. We know where to start. So now when penciling the deal with your sales manager, you tell your sales manager, they've seen our commercial on TV for this particular show at this particular time. The ad was $5.99 a month with $0 down. Your sales manager says, God bless you. That's amazing. Phenomenal. I know how to start the pencil. The first pencil, I know how to start it now. Guys, the job is very, very easy if we ask the right questions and we make the right steps. You can make the job very, very difficult. And again, you can still sell the car at the end of the 10 steps, but you made it a little bit more difficult and you left a lot of gross on the table. That's one thing you don't want to do in this industry, is leave a lot of gross on the table. Like I said, anybody can be an order taker. Not too many of us could be a consultant. Consultants make money. Order takers give cars away. So again, this is going to end our first session of the road to the sale, the meet and greet. If you have any additional questions, you could email me at Franklin, FRANKLIN.CROCKER @gmail.com. That's franklin.crocker@gmail.com. Looking forward to seeing you or going over the next phase. So again, look forward to that video. And if you want to subscribe, please subscribe at the bottom here. And this will also give you to some of the other things that we're going to be talking about in the automobile industry as well, that can help you make some more money. All right. Thank you and have a nice day.